Most of us haven't known a whole lot of safety in our bodies, and we certainly didn't know that we could create the conditions of safety ourselves. Because the thing about dysregulation is this: it's had us looking outside of ourselves for all of the answers. And that becomes a chronic pattern of scanning for danger, waiting for crumbs, and hoping to be rescued. And little do we know that creating safety is just the first step, that there are practices beyond safety that can enhance and accelerate our healing. I'm going to be diving into the 7 practices that cultivate safety as a baseline. And you'll notice in all of them, the instructions are very counter to what culture tells us to do. Western culture, American culture, modern culture, you might have noticed, guides us towards speed, towards performance, and towards productivity. These things on a prolonged scale are unrelenting drivers of disconnection, of trauma, of stress, and they are not our friends. The depth of disconnection from self, from soul, from primordial rhythms, from healthy lifestyles that culture actually encourages is as ubiquitous as it is criminal. Overriding the body's cues is how culture operates, and that keeps us in survival mode. And it's part of the recipe, because to have deeply attuned, alive, responsive, and intact people, we would mean that we would say a collective no to the machine that is consumerism, capitalism, and ultimately the annihilation of things we hold dear. So to many of us, it's a shock and a wake-up call that we need to pull ourselves away from the powerful and compelling messages of culture to find ourselves, our truth, our animal bodies, our wildness. And turning away from culture towards the language of our own baseline, embodied, erotic, sensual nature helps us rehabilitate towards wholeness, towards safety, and towards wholeness. Thanks for being here.